My name is Shay, and I want to be Jack Skellington. It's Halloween time right now, and I really wanted to do a Halloween project, so I asked folks what costume they thought I should make, and a couple folks said Jack Skellington, but not just Jack Skellington, height-accurate Jack Skellington. Because you might have guessed this, I am short. I'm about 5'2", 5'3" on a good day. Jack Skellington is not. He is a tall, skinny boy with very long legs, very long arms. If I were to do him, I would want to be like about this tall. A 5'2" Jack Skellington's not gonna really be scaring anybody. So that brings us to this project. I'm gonna try to use stilts and illusions and suit making and mascot making knowledge to create a height accurate Jack Skellington. Or as the person who suggested it, a biblically accurate Jack Skellington. I don't exactly know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna try. So now we have the question, how do I make a height accurate Jack Skellington? I have never made any sort of mascot cosplay, any sort of suit. I very much have stuck to like sewing costumes, but one of my good friends, Jem, has made a bunch of them. And she has not only made suits like Charizard, she's made animatronic suits like the ones from Five Nights at Freddy's. So I called her and I asked her a bunch of questions about how I could make this suit.
This is so my thing. First establish the height of the creature without making it really complicated. That's kind of where you want to start. So you've got your size of your creature, and then you've got how you're going to operate it. So stilts, anything to control the hands. Like you said, does it need a head extension?
So basically you're saying first figure out Jack's height and then from there work backwards and like use those to match his height.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your help.
No, you're most welcome.
Honestly, Jem gave me a really solid plan and way to break it down, so I'm just gonna kind of follow that. So the first thing Jem said was to figure out the height. The hard thing about Nightmare Before Christmas is there is no exact height. Like there's not a person that you can compare it to. Oh. Somebody did the math, he's real. According to NORAD's flight profile, Santa is about 5 feet tall, 7 inches. Santa has a canon height? Okay, if you were to compare this to Jack, Jack would be around 11 feet tall with legs about 7 feet long each. Oh God, he's fire resistant. He can fall 600 feet? This is actually a really common question on Reddit, I guess. Everyone says he's at least 7 feet tall. So I'm gonna say, if I can try and make him anywhere from 7 to 11 feet tall, that's pretty good. Let me sketch it out. So he's most definitely taller than the house. So let's see what these heights look like. That's me. That's 7 foot. It's tall, but it's shorter than I thought it would be. That's around 9.5, 10 feet. I like the taller one better. It would be so fun to be that tall. Oh, yeah, I'm doing 10 feet. Now that I've got Jack's height figured out, I can start working backwards and breaking down the mechanisms that I'm gonna use to match Jack's height. The first step, as always, is to plan, and for this video, I'm going to be using Milanote, the sponsor of this video, to plan my project. Milanote is a tool for organizing your creative projects. It's basically an online canvas where you can plan and collaborate on ideas. Right now I'm using Milanote to plan and organize this Jack Skellington Halloween project, but in general, I really like it because it allows you to organize your ideas visually in a way that just makes sense to my brain, like a visual design board. For planning costumes, I like to organize it into one big board with a couple sub boards, like a mood board and a costume breakdown board. On my costume breakdown board, I can kind of plan the overall scope of the project and break my costume down into 4 different aspects, adding detailed shots of the pieces, as well as notes, images, videos, to-do lists, all that sort of stuff all in one place. But in general, Milanote just makes creating these project boards very easy with over 100 built-in templates. For example, I use the mood board template to create a quick mood board, and I also use the weekly plan template to set up a base for my own weekly plan. And when you're all ready to share your work, it's really easy to invite your team and get feedback and collaborate in real time. For example, I shared this board with my friend Abby, and I was able to get her feedback on the design and how I was tackling it in real time. And best of all, Milanote is available for free with no time limit at all. So sign up for a free Milanote account using my link in the description. So whether you're a creative hobbyist, you're on a team, you're a creative professional, check it out, see if it's a tool that's gonna help you. It's free. But thank you again, Milanote, for sponsoring this video. You make projects like this possible. And now that I've gotten it all broken down on my Milanote boards, let me take you through my plan for this one. Now that I kind of have the base planned out like Jem said, I can see the 4 different parts of this costume. So the first part of the costume is stilts. I think that's where I'm gonna get the most of my height. Next up is probably the arm extenders, then would be the head, and then lastly would be his actual costume, like his suit. Whew. Okay, so we've got a pretty solid plan. Thank you, Jem. Let's just start with the first thing, the stilts. This is my first time doing any sort of monster suit, and not gonna lie, I'm kind of worried about falling over and majorly hurting myself on my homemade stilts. So out of all the things, stilts are the one thing I'm probably the most willing to buy.
What I would tell you to look into if you want to stay safe is something called drywall stilts.
Thank you. My stilts. Unboxing time. Yay! All right, moment of truth. Oh my God. I think they're supposed to do that. Not gonna lie, it's a little higher than I think I'm comfortable with. I like the height though. I don't want to go any shorter. Maybe I might look up and learn how to walk on stilts from like some YouTube videos. I started doing research on specifically how to walk in drywall stilts. There's a bunch of video tips and tutorials online, and a big thank you to a bunch of the folks on Instagram that reached out and gave me advice. That really helped as well. We are back at this again with notes. Tip 1 from the internet. Wear boots. Locked in. I definitely should have done more research and done all this before my first try on. But we're doing it now. I also need to tighten these a bit. It is now appropriate knee height. Oh, that feels so much better. Let's go. Already, it is like 1,000 times more stable. Okay, this is so much less bad. Doing research works. Listening to experts work. She said, use a wall for stability. I definitely need a lot more practice, but I think I'm getting it. Ah! I don't have any delusions that I'm going to learn to perfectly walk on stilts over the course of less than a month. But my goal is to at least be able to take steps freehand. I'm not perfect at them, but I feel like I'm getting pretty decent at this. Hell yeah! So on to challenge 2, the arm extensions. Extending your arms and making them longer isn't actually that hard. You just add a stick, but that's kind of boring. What makes it really fun is when you extend the arm, but you can still move the fingers and grab stuff. Which brings us to articulated hands.
With Chica and with Foxy, I had animatronic hands, so as it's bigger, you need longer arms. So you'll need something to operate the fingers. So you can do that, you know, with strings. Some people do it with pistons, and some people just use servos.
I haven't done robotics before, I haven't done suit building before, but articulated hands feel like a baby step into it because you can literally just do this with strings and tubes and little straws. So this is like my favorite tutorial. It's all made out of cardboard and supplies you have at home. Cronus is here helping me. I think I'm literally just gonna be like a little rat and find stuff around my house that'll work for this one. We'll scavenge some cardboard, but basically we're following this exact tutorial, making it out of cardboard and random stuff we have around the house and making this base hand. First finger is done. Do you see the vision? Now we just gotta make 8 more, 6 more, 7 more. So this is where we're at. We have made the fingers. Aha! First finger pretty much complete and strung up. Look at this, look at this. That looks so good. It's so smooth. We have a hand. They're really floppy right now, so I'm gonna add some rubber bands so it'll like resist. Like, no! Yes! We did it. We did it! I just tied the strings to a stick and it works so well. Oh, these are goofy. Hello. Give me Christmas. Not gonna lie, if I were to make this again and if I wanted to make this work perfectly, I would have to use a bit better of a material than just cardboard, rubber bands, string, and hot glue. I'm a big believer in the fact that stuff doesn't have to be perfect to be cool. And to me, this is pretty freaking cool, even if it's not perfect. So now that I've got the mechanisms of this all working, I need to make it look pretty, or prettier. I'm just gonna wrap the finger sections in white floral tape to kind of finish him off, and then spray paint the whole hand black as a base. Now I'm just painting his little white bones. This definitely isn't the neatest way I could have done it, but I don't really mind that. I'm trying to keep it really low budget. And in the big picture of the project, once you see it all together, it still looks great. And with the white added, the hands are done. I am obsessed. These came out so good. So we finished the hard part, the stilts and the hands. Now we're on to the easy second half. I just got to do the head and the costume. So I did not finish this costume in time for Halloween. It is currently November 2nd. And I was a little ambitious. I started this like a week and a half before Halloween. It was a bold assumption from the start that I could do it in a week. Downside, no fun Halloween costume. But on the bright side, that means all Spirit Halloween stuff is on sale. So I went down to Spirit Halloween to see if they had anything that I could use for this costume. And while I could not find anything in adult sizes, I did find a kid's Jack Skellington costume that was 50% off.
It's actually pretty good.
So for about $20, I got it. And now we have a bit of a base to work with for the head and the suit. I don't even know if I need to modify this. Wait, why does that work really well, actually? I think I might take the easy way out with this one. Let me see how it looks in proportion with the stilts and the hands. Oh, this is a lot scarier holding the hands because all of a sudden I don't have free hands to grip the walls with. Oh, this is really cool with the head. I do feel like kind of like a nightmare monster. That mask is actually a really good size. So I think all I'm gonna do for the mask is just cover the back. So I just kind of went to Michael's and looked for something vaguely round that I could use. Okay, the best luck ever. This is perfect. Thank you so much. I'm so glad I saw these. So this is what I found at Michael's. It is literally perfect. And for $3.50? Incredible. So I think the plan is just gonna be to cut into this guy and see if I can stick my head in it. Wait, let me just try this. Oh my God, why did that work so well? Hey. Oh. For being like a $3 foam ball and a child's Jack Skellington mask, that worked really well. All I'm gonna do is connect the elastic of the mask and then gave it a coat of white spray paint to make the whole head match. That's a head. So everything else is done. The last thing to this look is just his costume. If you take a look at his costume, it's just a black suit. Like it's got these white painted pinstripes, but 90% of it is just a black suit. I'm just gonna thrift a suit. So I went to Goodwill, bought a black blazer, bought some black dress pants and a white shirt, and this is what I got. That's basically Jack. To be honest, this thrifted suit is like 90% there already. It just needs a bit of modification to make it perfect. Some of the modifications, like the white shirt, are easy. I don't really think I have to even make any modifications. I literally just fit it to me and cut off the sleeves for convenience, and that was it. Perfect, top's done. The pants, different story. I was able to easily fit them to me, but I realized they need to be 3 feet longer and fit over the stilts. So I basically just used the pants to make my own pattern. Look at how long these are. Now we sew. We've got both legs. Now I can finally try these pants fully on. This is somehow so much scarier with pants. That actually looks really good. Wait, I kind of love. That was scary. And that's my shape. Why did I think this would be an easy project? In what world did I think 12-foot stilts would be an easy project? Sorry, not 12 foot, 2 foot. Still really scary. Finally, for the last piece, the blazer, I wanted to be strategic about my modifications and really achieve Jack's shape. I did a bit of adjusting. You can see I kept the broad shoulders, but I gave him that itty bitty waist that he has. Pretty good. Let's sew her up. Perfect. Now I just need to work on the tail shape. To make this blazer into a tailcoat, I'm literally just sewing little extension panels on the bottom and cutting those into his little ragged tailcoats. There is gonna be a little seam where you can see the connection between the old and the new fabric. I'm really not too worried because this whole thing is gonna be painted anyways. I did not mean to put this much effort into it, but it is looking like such a cute little tailored suit. Oh, I'm so proud of this. I also extended the arms to cover my new arm extensions. The arms are extended, and now when I add my hand, that's perfect. It does now look like I have really long arms. Now that the whole suit is made, I just get to do the fun part and paint the lines on it. For the stripes, I'm just using white fabric paint and just going in and painting those vertical lines. There's nothing really fancy to it. It's just freehand, and I'm not really worrying too much if it's perfect, because in the movie, his stripes aren't super perfect and have that hand-drawn spooky feel. Oh, this is gonna take a while. We know what time it is. Slime time! Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 5:58 a.m.
And 8 of these pants took me over 2 hours. And I still have 7 more sections to go. I thought I was almost done. And I'm not even including the top. Wow, that took 4.5 hours. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 6:38 a.m.
This is 10 hours of work, and I'm about halfway done. I got the front done. This project broke me. And you know what the worst part is? I still have to do the whole back. It looks really nice. It just takes me hours. Hours! Why did I think this would be the easy part? Now that the whole suit is made, I just get to do the fun part and
paint the lines on it.
look at those beautiful pants! They're done! Woo! All we have left is this, painting the stripes on the blazer. Let's paint! Good news, the pants were definitely the harder part. Bad news is I still have to do the whole back of this. So, it sucks that it takes so long to do them, but the lines kind of make this whole look. Look at how good that looks. Oh. And I only have this to do, and then I am done. He's done. He's done. Oh. This has taken me over 3+ days of full 12 to 14 hours a day painting. Let me try them on. Okay, that looks really good. I want to be mad because it took so long, but it was totally worth the effort. I am so excited. This came out so good. Oh God. Also, I'm getting way more comfortable in these stilts. But before I try him on, I need to whip up his little bow really quick. And at this point, I'm tired, so I'm just whipping it up with literally whatever I have in the house. I made the centerpiece just out of tin foil and covered it in air-dried clay. And I made his little bow wings out of just some scrap warbler and just painted it all to match. This is the finished bow. I'm honestly surprised with how good this came out for literally just whatever I had around the house. Everything is done now, so I can put the whole look together for the first time. So I'm just gonna get ready, get into everything, and without further ado, here is Jack Skellington. Dude, that's so cool. Not gonna lie, throughout this entire process, I was really nervous and I wasn't sure how much this look was actually gonna turn out in the end, especially the walking in stilts part, but it really did. I'm I'm kind of in awe of how much I was able to transform my body to look like that unnaturally lanky, tall, skinny dude that Jack is. Some costumes, no matter what, you always see the person behind it, but I feel like in this one, you didn't see me, you just saw Jack Skellington. I actually dragged my roommate out here so I could do some comparison shots, and it was so funny because interacting with her, it was literally like she was meeting a character at Disneyland. There were a couple little hiccups. The first time we shot it, I accidentally turned the hands the wrong way. That's why some of the shots, the hands look weird. And I definitely still could have been better at walking in stilts. But I'm not mad at it. I think I did a pretty good job. I'm actually really proud of myself for how much I was able to learn in just a few weeks. All in all, I am so proud of this look, and I think it has become one of my favorite costumes, probably that I've ever made. But that's all for this project. I'll be back soon with another one. And again, a big shout out to Millenote for being the sponsor of this video. I really did use their planning software throughout this project, and I ended up referencing it a ton. It's really cool sponsors like them that make projects like this possible. So if you're curious, check it out, make a free account, use the planning software. I really enjoyed it, and they really helped support this creative endeavor. But that's all for this video. I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!